So Clint just got a really sneaky but insanely strong buff in this new S38 patch, and honestly, a lot of people are sleeping on how big this actually is. Before I go deep into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what you think about this new Clint buff. I want to hear your opinion too. On paper, the buff looks small, but in the real game, this changes Clint's entire mid to late game pressure. The devs literally wrote that their goal is to increase Clint's sustained damage output, and that's exactly what they did. They didn't touch his early game, they didn't touch his burst, they touched something way more dangerous, his skill 3 uptime, the amount of times he can throw out those enhanced basic attacks and poke you for free.
The patch says Clint's skill 3 recharge time goes from 10 to 6 seconds to 10 to 5 seconds. That's already nice, but the real juice is the second line. The cooldown goes from 2 seconds to 1.5 to 0.5 seconds. That 0.5 seconds part, that's the scary one. That means in the late game, Clint can fire his skill again after half a second, basically instant. This is a massive buff to his consistency, because Clint's biggest problem has always been that his damage comes in small windows. He would poke, wait, poke again, wait again. If the enemy survives his combo or dodges his traps, he used to fall off in long fights. Now, not anymore. This buff helps him in every phase after 5 minutes. Think about mid-game team fights around Turtle or Lord. Before, you poke someone once and your skill is on break, chilling for 2 seconds while your team fights. Now Clint can chain his combos faster. He can throw the first enhanced basic, reposition, then instantly throw another one. It makes his DPS feel way smoother, especially when enemies try to dive him. If a fighter jumps on him, Clint now has more bullets to punish them non-stop. And late game? Bro, late game this buff is wild. Clint is now playing like a mini Brody. Constant damage, fast pokes, no breathing room for the enemy. That 0.5 second cooldown means he can keep weaving enhanced autos like a machine. And because the recharge speed is also faster, he doesn't run out of stacks as quickly. If you're a Clint user, you know how annoying it used to be when you run out of skill 3 charges mid-fight. Now, you recharge faster, you fire faster, and you stay dangerous for the entire fight. And this buff also affects his positioning style. Before the buff, Clint had to pop in, poke, then hide again. Very stop and go. Now he can stay active longer. He can stay in the fight and dance around with the tank line, throwing skill-enhanced autos over and over. That also means that Clint doesn't need to rely on full combo into retreat. You can actually commit and follow up kills easier. Your kill pressure is much higher, especially when enemies are slowing down in the late game. Let's talk lane impact. In Gold Lane, this buff means Clint trades better. His poke frequency just got upgraded, so heroes like Mia, Melissa, or Lila that rely on consistent output will lose trades because Clint can now poke more often, not just burst and chill. And against assassins, this buff helps you survive because you always have a skill ready to punish them. Burst heroes like Saber or Eamon can't just walk at you for free anymore. Clint will always have one more hit than before. Lane phase is all about pacing. You don't need to constantly auto minions. You can secure with skills to avoid putting yourself in danger. And once you hit level 4, you suddenly gain kill pressure because your ult gives you another ranged tool. You don't even need to ults to kill. Sometimes one bullet is enough to force them away. The beauty of Clint's ult is its range. Sometimes you hit someone who thinks they're safe at the tower. And now, with the skill 3 buff making your enhanced auto cycle faster, you weave ult bullets between empowered autos, and the lane becomes yours to control. You finish Heptases, and this is where Clint hits his mid-game spike. Rotations become easier because you move faster, you poke harder, and you finally start building Endless Battle. Endless Battle is basically Clint's best friend. Every time you cast a skill, which is literally every couple seconds, you get extra true damage on your next auto. Combine that with Clint's passive that already enhances autos after using skills, and now your empowered hit has extra damage layered on top of extra damage. It's so satisfying because you don't even need to think about it. The build and the hero naturally sync together. And the cooldown reduction lets you poke even more often, which syncs perfectly with the new buff because now you can cycle skills and autos faster. It makes Clint feel fluid instead of chunky. Once you rotate to mid, the whole experience changes. Clint becomes not just a laner, he becomes a sniper. You stand on the corner of the bushes, hiding your model, only showing up when you're about to hit someone with a bomb of a basic attack. And the movement speed from endless battle and tough boots helps you reposition non-stop. If enemies try to flank you, you dash away, turn, poke, move again. Clint isn't a marksman that stands still. He's a marksman that dances. Now comes the part that makes Clint truly oppressive: Malefic Gun. This item is crazy. The 12% basic attack range alone is worth the purchase, because Clint is not designed to brawl at close range. He's designed to annoy you from just outside your attack radius. With Malefic Gun, your enhanced autos reach the enemy before they reach you, which in gold lane or team fights gives you a huge advantage. And the 30% physical penetration means tanks suddenly start melting even if you don't have DHS. People underestimate how Malefic Gun allows Clint to hit from angles that other marksmen cannot. Combine that with his new faster cooldown cycle, and fights become poke battles that Clint always wins. After Malefic Gun, we go into Sea Halberd, and this is where your build becomes complete in terms of anti-sustain and attack speed. Sea Halberd is essential because right now, the meta is full of sustain heroes. If you don't cut their regen, you poke them and they just walk away, heal everything back, and re-engage later. But with Sea Halberd, every single poke you land cuts their healing. You don't even need to focus them. Just hitting them once already reduces their regen value. Combine that with your long-range pokes, and their sustain heroes can't function the same way. They walk forward, get hit once, and suddenly their healing is halved. And the attack speed helps you cycle your empowered autos faster, which again ties to the new buff. Then you finish your build with Rose Gold Meteor, one of the best defensive items for marksmen. It gives you attack speed, lifesteal, and most importantly, the shield. That shield saves your life in Assassin's dive attempts. If Ling, Hayabusa, or Lancelot tries to burst you, the shield gives you a tiny time window to reposition, flicker, or dash away. And because Clint does so much damage in short bursts, if an assassin doesn't kill you instantly, you kill them. This item creates that survival moment. And the hybrid defense scaling from lifesteal is like a little bonus, making you a bit tankier the longer the fight goes. Team fights in mid-game become all about patience. You don't need to be the first to hit. You wait for your tank to engage, you wait for enemy CC to fly out, and then you poke from the side. Clint isn't a main DPS hero like Melissa. He doesn't stand and machine gun enemies, he's a sharpshooter. You pick your targets, you hit the squishiest one. You're the mosquito that they can't catch. You appear, hit, disappear. And because your cooldowns are so fast now, you rarely wait long before you go in again. If the enemy has assassins, positioning becomes the whole game. You always stay near your tank. You always stand in range, but not too far. You always angle yourself so you have room to retreat. A good Clint is defined by spacing, not mechanics. Anyone can press skill 1, but not everyone can poke while avoiding dives. And with this build, you move fast, which makes it harder for enemies to pin you down. Late game Clint becomes a different monster. His poke becomes so fast because of the buff, his damage becomes insane because of the items, and he finally gets the range advantage. At this point, you're no longer annoying, you're deleting. One misposition from the enemy, and you hit them with skill 1 plus enhanced auto, plus endless battle proc, plus Heptasea's passive, and they lose half their HP. And if they try to run, you ult to finish. Clint's ult is underrated. The slow and the burst is perfect for finishing kills from long range.
Initiate retreat.
The moment you reach full build, you become a sniper with short cooldowns, high range, true damage, and anti-heal. And the shield gives you confidence. You stop playing scared and start playing like a lion. You take angles, you push into bushes, you hit whoever walks in, you bait assassins with your shield. If someone dives you and fails, the game ends right there. If your team is behind, you don't fight. You wave clear, you poke, you wait for the enemy to make mistakes. Clint can defend well because he can poke from far, and late-game minions die in 1 or 2 hits. You just need one team fight where the enemy overcommits and you poke them down as they dive. Clint is extremely strong when defending because enemies walk into your range. If you made it all the way to this part, you're a real supporter. Thank you so much for the love. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because 90% of you are watching without subscribing. I really appreciate you being here, and it would mean a lot if you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified every time I upload. And don't forget to drop the word Clint in the comments so I know you watched the whole video till the end. See you in the next video.